So ages ago I did a video on the Hunter when it came out, but not on Zapsters. So I'll leave a poll in the top right now on whether or not you want one on Snowball this time. If you do want to, also make sure you do subscribe so you don't miss any of the quality Royale videos that I post. Statistically, the Royal Hogs aren't great. They only do 59 damage, which is less than one skeleton. Their overall DPS is 53, which is also less than a singular skeleton. Combined, that's around 200 DPS, so very similar to 3 skeletons together. So far, that's not too threatening, until you account for their moderate HP. One single hog has the health of a witch, which means they'll die to lightning but not fireball. However, lightning will still make you take damage, so rocket is a better alternative on defense. The 4 hogs combined have the health of a giant skeleton, so they're actually really good tanks of 5 elixir. They have more health than all troops that die to poison, so can really be used effectively to tank lightning. The final thing about them is their building tagging ability, making them useless at fighting other units but decent at getting damage. Only Bomb Tower and Barb Hut can really stop them out of the buildings. They work as a semi-win condition, as they're not reliable enough to win on their own. They're good at tanking for units, sort of like a giant does. Alone, they're good as a punish card. They have the potential to take down an entire tower, and travel very quickly doing so. If your opponent doesn't have an appropriate counter in hand, then for a load of damage taken. Splash attackers kill the hogs really well, as their damage output is being maximized. Because of this, the hogs work really well with minion horde to bait out splashes and even spells. They also work well with 3 muskets, as they can be split in the middle to tank for both lanes. They have the ability to be finishing off towers, as it's very hard to take 0 damage from the hogs, and this is something a 3 muskets deck values highly. There will also be great lightning rods when necessary, so 3 muskets is the perfect synergy. I believe they also have potential in bridge spam decks for a few reasons. They punish very well, and they can tank for counterattacking units. They're very fast and so fit in these types of pushes very well. Finally, the hogs are only really a semi-win condition, much like bridge spam decks carry. Lastly, we'll cover countering. Let's account for them being together first. Left alone, the hoggles will take an entire tower. Fireballing will allow them just 118 damage, so this isn't too bad of a trade. However, remember that your opponent may be fireball baiting here. Splash attackers are ideal, as they essentially are doing their damage 4 times over here by hitting 4 units at once. Single attackers won't work at all, as they need to be dealing enough damage to take out an entire giant skeleton worth of health. Swarms are also great against both split and together, because the swarm can possibly be split too. Swarm DPS is generally insane, so it will shut down the hogs quickly. Against split hogs, they'll do 708 damage to each side. Obviously, units that can split and attack both lanes are ideal for taking these out for a good trade. 2 cheaper single target units will work as long as you weigh up how much you're spending and make use of your leftover units. Range units are sorta interesting and can be played in the middle to hit both sides of split hogs. However, it needs to be high DPS range unit because it will still have to deal a giant skeleton worth of damage. The best counter to split hogs is a splash range unit, as they can do double damage and counter both sides for cheap, allowing you to counter push. And that there is about all for Royal Hogs. Remember to vote in the poll and to subscribe if you would like to see a video on the Snowball. From here will just be gameplay of me using a hog deck, just because somebody asked me for one in the last video, and hey, that's probably going to be my featured comment for today. Apart from that, peace.